The work of police officers in the US is getting more dangerous. According to the New York Police Department, over 7,500 officers have been injured in the line of duty this year, and that's an almost 50% increase compared with the same period last year. Now, many of the injuries were sustained during this summer's anti-cop brutality protests, and police unions are pointing the finger at politicians.
The chaos that politicians are encouraging on the streets is putting cops in hospitals. Every New Yorker needs to ask their elected officials how cops can protect them when we can barely protect ourselves.
In one of the more bloody incidents, a number of police officers were attacked by protesters on Brooklyn Bridge in July. One required emergency eye surgery after suffering blows to the head. In another case in June, an officer in the Bronx was victim of a hit-and-run attack. Also in June, a Molotov cocktail was thrown at an NYPD vehicle. Well, nationwide protests first gripped the US back in May over the police killing of George Floyd. Over the summer, there were frequent violent clashes between Black Lives Matter protesters and officers. Steve Pomper, a member of the National Police Association, also blames elected officials for the spike in injuries incurred in the line of duty.
Obviously, the increase in the riots that have been occurring across America have definitely increased the odds of a police officer getting injured, and then the lack of consequences for people attacking police officers. They're essentially, many of them are getting away with it. Part of the problem is that we have, governors, mayors, city leaders, county leaders who are essentially ordering officers not to enforce the law, or they're implicitly setting the situation where officers don't enforce the law, or because no charges are going to be brought against the people they arrest. You're just going to have that cycle of violence because the officers are not they're not equipped to be able to stop the violence. They don't have the authority to do it unless the leadership gives it to them. And so when you have something like this, though, it gives somebody a jumping off point to go and decide that every police department in America is needs to be reformed. I don't know of another occupation where somebody makes a mistake or does something outwardly wrong, and they want to change the entire institution. I don't remember the last time a teacher did something wrong and they wanted to reform teaching in America. I haven't seen that.